Hi, I'm Steven Wener of Whissel Realty, brokered by eXp, and today what I wanted to talk about, where's the market going? So for those of you that have been watching the insanity since roughly 2019, when everything changed in not just our world, but our marketplace, everybody got scared and everyone was staying home. And the first three and a half weeks of when the pandemic started, everything started to shut down. Real estate wasn't even an essential service. Once that blip was done and the market started to figure itself out, inventory was depleting daily. Now, if you just know the simple rule of supply and demand, when there is a high demand and no supply, what happens? Through scarcity, things start to skyrocket. There was no difference in the real estate market here in San Diego, and inventory levels started to dwindle. Every single month, I would do inventory counts, and for the longest time, we were hovering at about 2.2 to 2.5 months of inventory, meaning if not one more for sale sign went up, we would be out of inventory in 2 to 2.5 months. A healthy market is roughly 5 to 6 months of housing inventory. We're hovering under 1 month of inventory for the longest time in San Diego County. So it's created bidding wars. And what we started to see were insane offers that were coming in dramatically over asking price. And the other thing we started to see was how much cash was coming into San Diego. So when we look at where is this market going, as long as interest rates stay relatively low, which they have been, and inventory levels stay at the levels that they're at, roughly a month of inventory plus or minus a little bit, this rise is just going to continue. There will be blips here and there. Sometimes when we hit major holidays or when school's out, all of a sudden, there's a transition. And for a minute in this real estate market, if you're an active agent, you start to wonder what's going on. And you start to call your other friends or people that you really associate with in this market, and you ask them the same question: what are you experiencing? Those blips are so short-lived, but because of the intensity of this market, just one minor change for a moment makes you think, okay, there's a shift. But there hasn't been, because when you come back to the bigger picture of the supply and demand, just looking at economics, low interest rates, we continue to see a rise. So for the foreseeable future, we're not seeing a letdown or a let up. And what I would tell a lot of clients of mine is if there's a property that you feel is challenged, this is the right time to sell it. Because people are compromising on what they're doing since there's so much scarcity, and that mindset is creating a lot of fear for people in this market. And when people get out of logic and they just deal with emotion, which again, this market has done, I have never seen in my career, and I've been doing this since 1993, values skyrocket the way they have because people are putting offers in $10, $50, $100, $200. I've even heard of $600,000 over asking price. So what is that doing? That becomes your new normal in the neighborhood. Those comps are there. If anybody in this market tells you what something is going to sell for, run, because it's impossible to predict what somebody's about to do. So for those of you that are wondering, where are we going in San Diego? It's very hard to predict the amount we're going to keep rising to. But think about this, there is no let up. There is no slowdown, not in the foreseeable future. So be prepared to work with somebody who's going to get it right so that they can take care of your needs sooner than later, because once you get into the property that you're after, think about it. There's almost instant equity. I'm Steven Wener of Whissel Realty, brokered by eXp. Have a great day. Thank you.